Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Heady Duty Hub podcast. As always, I'm Jeremy,
And I'm Chris still today.
and we're back for another episode. And today is kind of a special episode. It's our 1 year anniversary today. We've been doing this for 1 year now. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like we just started it yesterday. It's been a fun ride. We're getting a lot of traction, and that's thanks to you, the viewer. You guys are the ones that are clicking that like button, you're subscribing, you're watching it. So it's important to us that we're providing you good content. But I figured that this episode, we'll just kind of reflect on what the last year has been like, what we've done over the last year, and our thoughts of the last year.
Reflection is always good, Jeremy, as I like to say. So when we think about, to just reemphasize what you said, where we started and where we are now, holy cow. I went back and watched episode 1 the other day. Boy, you want to talk about some cringe-worthy entertainment.
Episode
Holy,
one, episode 1 and 2 were just absolutely horrible,
I
absolutely
miss
horrible.
I miss sitting on the bench next to you. It's kind of lonely now.
Oh, we had no idea what we were doing. We were just trying to get it kicked off the ground and trying to get it started. And yeah, it's funny though because we both agreed we wanted to leave those up there just so people could see, hey, this is what we started, this is where we've been, this is where we've come from.
Yes, and the evolution. It's been the curve has been pretty steep, right? From
Uh,
technology issues all the way down and microphone changes to where we are now, where it's pretty dialed and we know what to expect. And hopefully you all feel the product's good and there's value in it for you, because we sure do, and we love what we do. But so let's kick off our first anniversary show off with what was your favorite episode and why?
So I have two of them. I had both the one with Stuart from T3, and then the other one was with Ed Irvin from the ATD Academy. And I think I think those two were my favorite just because I've had such a good relationship with both of those individuals over the years. You know, kind of known them both for at least 20 plus years now, and being able to have them on and talk to them, they're both really tied into the industry as far as, knowing so many of the same people that we know because of what we do and how we travel the country in North America and Canada, and the different dealerships, the different perspectives, and the one theme stays true. We tease about this all the time that anytime we walk into a dealership, the first thing you say is, "Well, you don't understand. Our dealership's different." No, it's not different. It's really not different. They're all the same. You sell parts, you sell service. It's the same thing. And those two guys, just with their industry knowledge, their connections, there's just such a wealth of knowledge that they have, and talking to them is always insightful and impactful and enjoyable. I just really like hanging out with the two of those guys.
Yeah, I love what you always say, and I agree with this is yes, you may be special, but you're not that special. I think you have to emphasize that quite a bit. Uh,
Now,
so
so the same question back to you. What was your favorite episode and why?
so I have two also, and only one that you mentioned is mine, and that's Stuart with T3. I love that guy. He is so down to earth and just what he can do to really help dealerships bridge that talent gap and find the right person from, talent that you don't feel is out there and just being able to connect the dots. I thought there were some great insights that he brought, and just personal experience working with him over the years. Again, he's a very genuine person, cares about what he does. And I think that comes through, right? That conversation was really good. The insights he brought, I really enjoyed. Now, this one actually may surprise you, my second. And my second is the very first episode. And we kind of alluded to this in the beginning, but It's the unknown, but it was the actuality of this thing we talked about doing for years, and
Mm.
it's happening now. Let's be fair. Is it our best work? No. We can laugh about it, but just forcing ourselves out of our comfort zones to do this thing that we've talked about. And now we look at from where we are, starting back in that beginning, that first episode, that second episode, to where we are now, where the conversations just roll and there's a level of comfort and just really just what we get to talk about and having this platform. I love it. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to do it. So, but those were my two favorites.
Yeah. And it's funny, you know, when we first dove into this, it was a passion project for both of us. But when I knew that we were really starting to get traction was the one time we were both at a show together and we're coming up on the escalator and there's another guy going down on the escalator and he yells out, "Hey, it's the heavy duty hub guys." I'm like, that's when I was like, oh wow, we're starting to reach some people. We're starting to get recognized. We're starting to
Yeah.
get noticed. So that was special to me in its own way. But I really enjoy what we're doing. But the one question that always comes up, and I'll ask you first, why did you want to do this in the first place? And what do you want to accomplish with this platform?
So I love this question because the main driver for me and why I wanted to do this was that passion project, but it was driven out of necessity. I wanted to grow and just sponge as much knowledge about this industry as I could. And when I would look online, lots of automotive, nothing about the heavy duty space, virtually none. No platforms out there really to get good information. So when we really, I guess it was born out of the necessity to, if I feel this way, how many other people feel the exact same way? And come to find out, as we go out and we get more recognition for what we're doing, it really it's like it's important to a lot of people, but they just have given up looking for it. So when you tell them there's this avenue, they're shocked. But more importantly, and admittedly, I'm more parts focused in my career and what I do. Where the thing I love really about, why I wanted to do this is to be able to talk about things that I'm not as focused on. The sales side of this industry, the service side, all those other pieces that, I know, but I don't know maybe as well or in depth. And just being able to tackle those topics and bring the experts in on those to really educate myself even more. So, but
The,
that's my reasoning. What about you? What's your reasoning?
so real similar in the fact that, you know, I wanted to do this because there's a lot of podcasts out there. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of automotive stuff. And there's podcasts out there that are higher level stuff. But there wasn't anything in the heavy duty industry that I could find or that I could research. There's maybe one or two other guys out there that are doing similar, but there really wasn't anything that was geared toward the everyday guy. If you were a president or a GM, maybe there's a podcast out there for you. If you were an automotive guy, there's a podcast. But in the heavy duty world, truck, trailer, and heavy equipment, there really wasn't a podcast which parts guys could listen to, service guys could listen to, sales guys could listen to. We wanted to have something that would reach everyone, not just a select few of this industry. We wanted to cover any topic, any area, and you know, the more people we have on, the more suggestions we have, the more comments we have, the better we can tailor what our next show is going to be about to suit what the people are looking for. But for me, it was about starting something that I could actually put a stamp on and say, you know, that that's mine. I'm doing this. We're doing this. And having the website along with the podcast, it's just been fantastic. It's been something I've always wanted to do. We've talked about it for years, and to see it all come to fruition, it's pretty special.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. And, even when we started this, it was like, oh, this is fun, not realizing how impactful this would be to so many different people, right? And just the future of where we can go with it, the sky's the limit. And that's the thing I think I like the most about it is just we can go wherever we want with this. And just the feedback we get when people recognize us, or even when we show it to someone, hey, this is out there. They're like, this is great. Didn't realize it's out there. And just being able to have that platform just to try to help somebody's life be a little better, create a better understanding.
It's funny. There's one other thing I wanted to add to, when I talked about that guy yelling out to us from the escalator, "Hey, there's a heavy duty hub, guys." The other thing, which I kind of, you feel like you kind of made it when you come across this, but I was invited to an event as media. It wasn't because I was with Key. It wasn't because of my, dealership history. It was because of the heavy duty hub and my website, our website, and our podcast. And I was invited as media. And that was pretty cool. It provided me access to some of the things I normally probably wouldn't have had access to. Talk to some people I wouldn't normally talk to and interview some people. So I thought that was pretty special also.
I think for me, I think I know we will have made it when we do a live stream from somewhere.
Hey, hey,
That's the next tick I want to check in the box.
it's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
I'm not gonna release it out of the bag yet, but it's coming. You're gonna see that the first part of 2027. We will be doing a live broadcast. It will be from an industry event. It's coming. So I'm gonna try and line up some quality guests. It's probably gonna be broken out into a couple of different sections because obviously, when we're at an event like that with as many people that are there, it's going to cover a day or 2 days worth of interviews and talking to people and walking around the show. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to enjoy that immensely, as I'm sure you will too.
Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely, definitely looking forward to what the remainder of 2026 has for us, but also going into 2027. Can you believe we are 6 months in to this year
Mhm.
already? It just keeps flying by.
It's going quick. It's going quick. So
Yeah.
the other thing, we want to talk about with this being our 1 year anniversary, in the fact that we have created so much traction and we're getting so much notice. Not only do we have the website, the podcast, we're on LinkedIn, getting ready to expand out into some other social media too. But anybody out there, if you would like to do any advertising, please contact us. Chris will give you all the information at the end of the podcast. We're going to start doing some little spots, maybe at the beginning, maybe in the middle, but we're going to start doing some advertising spots to help us defer some of the expenses that we incur in running this. As of right now, for the first year, like Chris said, it's been a passion project, and we've been, you know, footing the bill. And Key Advisors, Keith Ely, what a spectacular boss he is, and he's really, really ponied up, and he's helped cover a lot of those expenses. So thank you very much, Keith. We appreciate it. But as we grow and expand, the expenses keep mounting. So we'd appreciate anybody that would like to advertise, and we'll put that out there to you. Like I said, just hit up Chris at the end of this video where he puts in all of our like and subscribe, and let us know if you'd be interested in that.
Yeah. No. Well said, Jeremy. Yeah. Thank you, Keith, for sure. We might have to have him on as a guest at some point. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we can arrange that.
All the jokes, all the jokes. I know, right? No one likes my jokes. So anyway, but yep. Well, guys, we're up against it. 20 minutes, our 1 year anniversary. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Please like, subscribe, and comment, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when we drop these. We We definitely try to be consistent with a minimum of 2 a month. We're definitely going to get back into that routine for you all, but that's all I have. Thanks again for joining us. And, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.